Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hey,
What's up? What's
Hello.
down?
Something a little different today. We're going to do something that's just going to be on YouTube because of music licensing, just this beginning.
Right.
So I was cutting an ARC episode because Anthony needed a week off, and I came across a scene. You guys can probably see it. Just hit start there.
There we go. Oh, wow.
That is neat.
Oh, bugs. Is this a swamp?
It feels swampy.
I didn't see any type of swamp creatures.
Right. It's like a magical swamp.
So I really liked what Thick said there.
Right. It's like a magical swamp.
And I thought, like that sounds like music to me.
Does it?
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
No? Okay.
So I made a little song. So we'll play that now.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Dubstep.
Oh, wow.
That is neat.
Oh, bugs. Is this a swamp?
It feels swampy.
I didn't see any type of swamp creatures.
Right. Right. It's like a magical swamp. Right. It's like a magical swamp.
Is this a swamp?
It feels swampy.
Is this a swamp?
It feels swampy.
Right.
I didn't see any type of swamp
Right.
creatures.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That is neat.
Right.
Is this a swamp?
Right.
It feels swampy.
Right. It's like a magical swamp.
Platinum.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey,
Wow. That is.
No one likes it?
I like it. I didn't know you had those
Okay.
skills, DJ Neebs.
I guess I thought it was funnier than you
DJ
guys.
music time.
that's it.
Maybe, I guess you used it. You used it in the episode, yeah. I haven't seen the episode
No,
yet.
it's not in the episode.
Oh, it should be.
You just decided to make that.
You just made that to share here.
I just thought, it was funny.
Oh. If you'd have
Yeah.
done it in the episode, like, that could have been fun.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't make sense in the episode.
Okay.
Do it on maybe on another channel.
All right, well.
Time to go to
maybe
the
it's be
intro.
fun.
Let's go to the intro now.
This podcast is brought to you by NordVPN. And if you don't know, NordVPN protects your internet traffic with cutting-edge security technologies, ensuring strong and reliable encryption between your device and a VPN server. You can unlock Netflix and your favorite entertainment websites, no data logging, 24/7 customer service, up to 6 simultaneous connections, double data encryption, CyberSec Suite, which acts as an ad blocker, faster connection with NordLinks, protects data while traveling in public, airports, coffee shops, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. And now you can get 68% off NordVPN, only $371 a month, plus you get an additional month free at nordvpn.com/Neebs and use promo code Neebs to get 68% off NordVPN. That's only $371 a month, plus you get an additional month for free. Thank you, NordVPN. Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Especially good day to those Brits out there that I think might have started off that whole good day thing. Good day.
Cheerio.
You know, I was going to start off with something. This was a comment that Neebs shared with me. And he just brought it up like, hey, you know what? This is interesting. It might be good for, a talk.
Discussion? Okay.
Yeah,
Hit me
yeah.
with it.
It's from Hero Yui, or Hero U, all right? And he wrote, hey, guys, I've been meaning to write this for a while now. I've just got permission from my sister to tell you guys this. It's about the Why I Am a Failure video from years ago. When you guys made that video, my little sister had just finished college and was looking at doing work in South Korea to teach English.
Ooh.
She had already turned down 2 jobs and was about to turn down another when I showed her the video. She was given several setbacks from her employer and was about to let the job go when I showed her this video. She watched it completely and then handed my phone back to me. She then texted her soon-to-be employer that she will be on the plane the next day and went upstairs and packed up all of her stuff. She ended up being in South Korea for 3 years, and she says you guys were the reason she took that first step. Love you
That's
guys.
awesome.
Wow.
May you never change. Thanks for all you do.
It's great.
How
Love it.
wonderful.
That-
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I hope she's
No,
enjoyed
it's-
those years, you know. But
Yeah.
It makes me
still.
feel good. It makes me feel like I'm worth something in this worthless universe when someone says something that you made inspired me to do something.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I don't think
Yeah.
the universe is worthless. I think it's just us. But
Yeah.
these situations, they feel good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, it's nice to know. Like, if you guys haven't seen that is an old video, but it was a great talk, and it's true. Failure. What was it? I forget. It was called why.
It's okay
Yeah.
to fail.
No,
You
I
need
think
to
it might be
fail.
why I am a failure, but no, you have to fail. It's necessary. We
Yeah.
do talk about it, but it's the best way. That's one thing. Like, I often think back at that conversation.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with failing as long as you don't fail again by doing the same thing. Learn from your failures.
Yeah.
Failing is getting you closer to achieving.
Yes.
Right.
So you want to fail as much as you can to get to there.
And yeah, don't be afraid.
She might have had a miserable time there. We don't know. It could have been the most wonderful time, but no matter what, it's part of her now. It's like, you know, she learned so much that's part of her like timeline and what you can take with that, just jumping in like that, even if it was a failure. I mean, not that it was a failure. You know what I'm saying, though. It just makes you a more rich person experientially.
Oh, you've had a life experience.
Yeah,
You've learned something.
hugely. I mean, it just makes you, I don't know, more well-rounded and exposed to the world.
Fully understanding that deep down has changed me significantly just in the last few years.
Just not in art.
You know? Yeah, no. But in Ark, forget that. I started a business because I wanted to stop playing Ark. Like, but honestly, I would have never started that business.
Right.
And would have never, because I would have been like, that. What am I going to do? Like, I'm going to fail. And then people are going to be like, what are you, fucking stupid? You wanted to start a retail business? Like, you've never done anything like that, and you're a fucking retired carpenter, you fucking moron.
I respect that very much.
Yeah. Now he owns a dress barn.
I own a dress barn. It's great. I got dresses.
The last one in the United States.
Yeah. But seriously, like, if it wasn't for that conversation, even though I knew that you had to fail, it had to be beaten into me.
It's good to hear every now and then.
It's great to hear, because there are so many people who I'll hear my kids, or I'll hear, some random child in the neighborhood that doesn't want me to speak to them, but I won't stop harassing them. And I'll say, I've been listening to you, kid, and you can't give up. Failure is the only way to learn.
It's solid advice.
Yeah.
It's
solid
true.
advice.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to try something just because you're afraid of failure.
No.
Do the math, figure out what you can afford to lose,
Of course.
Right.
and then go for it.
Abser mentioned something earlier, and it's true. You don't want to keep on failing at the same thing. But sometimes you're in a field and you go, like, you open up a restaurant. You go, I'm going to open up this restaurant. That one sucked. Oh, my God, I got to learn from that. Your sixth restaurant might be fucking phenomenal.
The best-a-rant.
It's doing things differently and always learning from your mistakes.
Right. Don't repeat the same mistakes you made from the first restaurant.
Yep.
I mean, that applies to us with video production. God, how many years did we just try shit? And,
Duralis with puns.
We broke even.
I stopped. I gave him up.
Oh, he's a gold medalist in my eyes, so you shut up, Neebs.
I've had my time. Want to pass the torch to Thick now.
It's your turn,
Can't
Dick.
stop.
Take the torch. Run up that hill.
He gave it to me like AIDS.
Light that fire.
But also, if you got nothing to fail at, you should probably look around and go, what's something new I can do to grow? Because it's exciting.
Exactly. Look at the things that you want to fail at.
You know, this is a transition, but it's still on the same kind of note, and I want to go into this cautiously. You guys know I did the ayahuasca thing. I brought that up.
Yeah.
Out in the desert.
Last night I went to the desert of Costa Rica. You got it.
Desert drugs. Got
Sure, all the desert drugs. Sure. I went down a little wormhole last night. Some of you might have the issue, like opioid addiction, right? Very big thing. Most of us know, if it's not us, know someone who has dealt with that, whatever. And I was looking into this whole, I watched a few videos, and one of them was a TED Talks on Ibogaine and its effectiveness, its efficacy with like addiction, opioid specific. Now, I'm not saying go and do that stuff. I'm just saying, if you are interested or know someone, like, do some research and just like look at that option, like look at it
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting, and it is coming a long way, and it's kind of mind-blowing, the results.
Anything you can do to become not addicted to a vice
Right.
is
Yeah.
probably a good
Without
idea.
a doubt. I'm just saying, look at that option. That's all I'm saying. The couple videos I watched, I was like, I knew about it as an option, but the couple videos I watched last night, particularly that TED Talks, it was just like, shit. This
Is that a compound found in something that's...
It's a root from Africa. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's completely natural. That's the thing. It's like people need to be told about all of these different...
Yeah.
There are so
And this
many different
one,
natural, legit things out there. And you could take all of cannabis completely out of that comment, and there's still so many different other things that they've just been suppressed or not studied.
The reason for that segue I brought up is because, like, if there is an addiction, or someone you love or someone you know, whatever, like, that's going to probably cause a lot of failure, with family and so many things.
I don't know too many people on heroin that make good decisions.
It's not, it's kind of taken over your entire chemical structure.
It takes over, yeah.
You just got to look at it. It's very, very interesting shit that we've obviously been suppressed of knowledge about for multiple reasons. Big pharma, what have you.
You just got to train your brain to hate stuff. Like if I knew someone that was addicted to heroin, I'd be like, all right, here's some heroin.
Yeah.
And then right behind it, here's some Ipecac.
Yeah.
And we're gonna repeat this process.
That's a
you know what?
technique.
3
Okay.
weeks. For 3 weeks, I'm gonna give you a little heroin, and then boom, right behind it, you get Ipecac.
Okay.
So now your brain is gonna start associating heroin with feeling really, really sick and disgusting. 3 weeks later, hey, you ready to do heroin? You know what? I think I'm good on the heroin today. I don't want to throw up.
Or you might just stop taking Epicac.
It's a psychological trick. It's been working. You ever seen what's that old movie?
It's Pavlovian.
Yeah, it's Pavlovian, but it's also like it's from that movie. God, famous film.
Ghostbusters.
No, not Ghostbusters.
Citizen Kane.
Not Citizen Kane.
Raiders of the Lost
Or damn it, I hate when I can't remember the name of
Alive?
the movie. No, it's the guy.
Spider-Man 3.
No, it's
The Wiz.
No, it's none of these. It's the guy in the white suit. He's British. He dresses up and he beats his buddies with a cane. Help me.
Citizen Kane. I
No,
said that.
not Citizen Kane, you jackass.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork
Orange. It's in a Clockwork Orange. I mean, that's kind of the same thing. At the end of that movie, they show a violent man photos of violence over and over.
Okay.
And they make him sick from it. And then now next time he gets in an altercation with violence,
He throws up.
he becomes sick and he
okay.
can't do
Well,
violence anymore.
That's
Same
an
thing,
angle.
but do it with heroin.
There you go.
Okay.
That'll be a fun
Citizen
getaway.
Kane that's my favorite part of this. We should just stop.
Okay.
I've never watched that.
Neither
I
have
need to
I.
watch that movie.
Red
It's
Bud.
interesting. It is interesting.
Red
I think
Bud.
it's Rosebud.
Rosebud.
I'm thinking Red Rum. You're mixing two other movies. You're mixing
Red
The
Bud.
Shining. You're mixing The Shining
No.
and Citizen Kane.
Nope.
Red Rum was The Shining.
Red Bud.
Yeah, no,
All right. I'm roping it back in.
All right, we got out of hand. Rope us
right.
back in, Simon.
I have no idea what to say. I just know it's getting out of hand. That's
Okay,
all.
yeah,
We're talking about old movies. I watched an old movie.
What?
Really?
Yeah, called Yojimbo.
Yo, Jimbo.
Yojimbo. It's an Akira Kurosawa film. I finished Ghost of Tsushima, so now my head is like I've never watched a Kurosawa movie, and this game is so inspired by that. I want to go watch some of these old movies.
Is this a samurai movie?
It is.
Now listen. Yo,
fun.
Jimbo, that title could be Asian or redneck.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
right. That's how
Jimbo!
Yep.
Yo, Jimbo.
Hey, listen, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 95, and it's a
Wow.
8.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's impressive. That's impressive stuff.
It was a good film. It's just like this samurai wanders into this town, and there's like two factions in town, and they're all pissed off at each other. There's like a little war. And then he's basically becomes a mercenary. He's not a good character. He's like, it's not like this honorable guy. He goes in, is like, who's gonna pay me the most money? I'll be the guy. I'll whoop some ass. And then he proves it by whooping some ass right at the beginning. So you got these two factions vying for who's gonna buy the samurai. And then you have these inspectors coming into town, and they're like, the factions have to work together for a minute to make sure the inspectors think everything's cool, and then so they can go back to controlling the little parts of town. But then, like, towards the end, he starts to get feelings for people. But the movie was made in the 60s, but still the camera work was wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I really took from it. Is like, man, Kurosawa knew how to tell a story.
Yeah.
He understood the language of cinema.
That's pretty cool.
And, like, yeah, for the 60s, for what he did, is like, you can see how that guy inspired people.
Yeah, my wife is a huge fan of his. She studied him in film school a bunch, and I never really sat down to watch any of the films with her, but now what you're saying makes me want to.
Yeah, well, well, at least watch Yojimbo's like an hour and a half. Perfect. Like, he's got other movies. Like, I think The Seven Samurai. I was like, ooh, that sounds cool. It's like 3.5 hours long. I was like, nah.
Oh,
I'm not gonna do
wow.
that right now.
Yojimbo is made in 1961. So, like you said,
Wow.
60s,
That's
but
pretty
like
cool.
in the
That's
very beginning.
early 60s.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that wants to make the southern version of that movie now?
No.
No, you're not the only one.
Let's make Yojimbo.
Little
but
southern town.
it's
Yeah,
just
Jimbo walks
Jimbo.
into a town.
And Jimbo's a badass.
Yojimbo
Yep.
and Burga.
Let's remake Yojimbo. That's actually kind of brilliant.
What if you do a different take on it, you do it with Amish people, where you get this really awesome Amish guy who walks into town, and it's two factions. He's like, "Who should I help the most?" It's just all reversed.
Amish guy wouldn't be called Jimbo, though.
No, he'd be called Jebediah
Something
or Ezekiel.
Jebediah.
Jebediah.
Or a
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
Malachi.
we're straying away from the
Exactly.
The core concept was good.
I
Yeah.
like Yojimbo, Southern. That's very
Yojimbo.
simple. Yojimbo.
That's the first thing I thought of when you said that title, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could be saying it right. Yeah. Yojimbo. And I don't even think that's his name. I don't know where that title comes from.
Doesn't matter.
interesting.
It's wonderful.
looked at
his name isn't like, like, what's your name? And he's kind of like, it's kind of like into the Westerns, the man with no name. He's like, this is my name. He's like, is that real? He's like, you don't need to know my name.
Yeah, because he's a nameless Ronin or samurai with no master.
He's a wandering Ronin samurai. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's funny. We could give him our own name. Yojimbo.
Mm-hmm. Yojimbo.
Perfect.
What's your name? Dennis.
So
What? just Dennis, huh?
Yo.
Yes.
Dennis the samurai.
Dennis the Samurai.
I mean, what was, did you ever see Ghost Dog? Forrest Whitaker?
No.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker, yeah.
Hey, he was
I
like
didn't
a
see it, but I
samurai?
know of it.
I don't know what
Dog?
it. Yeah, it was a very, people loved that movie. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Neebs?
Nope, missed it.
Yeah.
You saw it?
No. Why would you think I saw it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you just knew everybody else's answer?
Well, just because, you were a martial artist and stuff like that. It was a pretty popular movie when it came out. I was just curious.
Was it?
But
What was it called
heard of it.
again?
Ghost Dog?
Ghost
That
Dog.
sounds like
No.
a family-friendly movie.
I don't think it is. I mean, I haven't seen
Like
it
Rover
forever, but
died, but came back as a ghost.
I was just thinking because you got a Forrest Whitaker and obviously wasn't Asian in any way. I didn't know what his name was in the movie. It's probably pretty normal, I would guess.
Hey,
I don't
listen.
know.
The movie posters for Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai and My Ghost Dog couldn't be any more different.
My Ghost Dog. Yeah, you're probably right about that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, the
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker Ghost Dog movie looks cheap. That is a cheap-looking cover.
It's a
Okay.
weird. It doesn't make Ghost Dog.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Way
it
of the
came out
Samurai.
when? That came out in like the 80s
99.
or 90s. Yeah, 90s. All right.
Still, yeah, it's got like it's like a cheaper version of Blade.
Yeah, right?
Ghost Dog.
I kind of remember that title. But people liked it. I don't really remember it.
Forrest Whitaker's a great actor.
Oh yeah, he's a wonderful actor.
Do you hear about those genetically modified mosquitoes they're going to
Yeah.
release upon the Keys?
Now listen, to me, the theory of these mosquitoes is pretty brilliant.
Okay,
It
yeah, I've
sounds
not
it.
heard this, so
Go
catch
on.
me
It
up.
sounds it. I mean, with everything in science, you got to worry about what the ripple effect is. But I think what it is it's a mosquito that produces. So the male mosquito would mate with this mosquito, and this mosquito would produce female mosquitoes that would die within a certain amount of time. So that would reduce the mosquito population, which they spend millions of dollars spraying chemicals to kill mosquitoes.
Right.
Right.
In Florida or wherever.
Yeah, if we can kill them at a genetic level.
Yeah, like you add so many mosquitoes and they can't reproduce.
Yeah.
It's the unthought of repercussions that are the concern, I would imagine. Like, listen, if it works, great. They're releasing 750 million
Right.
mosquitoes.
Maybe go
next year.
lower with that.
Check
At
a
least
smaller
5.
environment.
Start with 100.
Yeah.
Or
let's
1,000.
see how this works. So we're basically neutering the mosquito population.
Because if you eliminated the mosquito population, you might have a lot of stuff starving. Birds or whatever.
Bats, yeah, things that
Bats.
really, really love to chew on mosquitoes.
But, I don't think spraying chemicals is the best thing to do. but
Yeah, and will we really miss the bats? I like
Yes.
bats.
I like bats.
I mean, if they were gone tomorrow,
Yeah, we'll
I
miss
don't
the
give a
bats.
shit.
I love
We will.
bats so much, and go to hell, you
He's,
piece
like,
of
offended.
shit human being.
Yeah.
Go to fucking hell, you loser.
No, of course
Do
I
we
don't
really
want all the bats to die.
Bats go what?
Are we
They're
really going to miss
wonderful.
the bats? I mean, come
Yeah,
on, what do they
we're
do?
gonna- Thick won't, but what do they do?
I
They
have a
just,
new
sit, they just sit in the
appreciation
cave
for
and they shit. That's
no,
all they do. is
I have
get
a new
rid of 'em.
appreciation for bats. I don't want to have one hanging from my face or anything, but
Listen.
if they're eating mosquitoes, I want them around.
Well, there's no mosquitoes left because we killed them all with genetic modifications.
Well, no, that's in the Florida Keys.
So can't we just get like a little tank with 1 million mosquitoes in it? Like 2 tanks. They both got 1 million mosquitoes in them.
Okay.
Introduce the stuff in the tank instead of doing it to a population. And they're not rushing this. This has been like a 10-year thing that's been going on.
Oh, wow.
You would think that they've already done small tests.
You would hope, one, they've done tests, and you would hope, two, they've really, really considered the ramifications of this action.
Yeah. This is a second attempt. They had a different genetically modified mosquito before this. And I forget what the reason was, but they decided against that one. Now they got this new one.
Okay.
Because the old one learned to talk.
The other one had a gun.
So, and you said, where are they doing this?
Florida Keys, I think.
The Florida
Somewhere in the
Keys.
Keys.
They're in
So
the
is this like, I guess kind of an isolated, are they doing this in sort of an isolated environment? I mean,
I don't
think
know.
the Keys, I think islands.
There's
so-
people angry about it.
Pretty
so-
isolated. Of course, there always is going to be. But let's get back to bats for a second.
Oh my God, you're going to kill the
Bats. Okay, so bats obviously they make the need for fertilizer less as well because of the bugs that they take care of. But also it says without pollinating and seed dispersing bats, because they shit out these seeds and whatever, many ecosystems would gradually die. So no, they're not important at all. Abstro, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but are we going to miss those particular ecosystems?
We're not going to miss the bees.
No, the bees are cool. Yeah, we need the bees.
Yeah.
Hey, everything's connected. And I saw a
Of
couple
course,
episodes of
yes,
that
I know
show
this.
Darius brought up about the dust. That dust
Connected.
is really important, isn't it?
Yeah. What a great episode that was
Oh,
too.
yeah, that blows all the nutrients?
No, so much more. It like comes across. There you go. Answer that. You answer
Where
it.
is
You
it?
Answer it now.
Answer it, you little bitch.
Freaking robocalls, man.
Like when you're hearing about
Robocalls.
dust coming across the ocean from the Sahara and bringing nutrients to the Amazon, like, and that happens across the world, like
Right.
dust from different regions make other regions more, it's pretty. That was a great episode.
Yeah. Just for an example, not to spoil anything, but the dust from Africa, fertilizes the rainforest in South America.
Yep.
The dust also could reduce the strength of hurricanes because
Yeah.
hurricanes absorb water from the ocean. The dust blocks that.
Interesting.
Right.
all
Also,
right.
the dust feeds the bacteria or the, what do you call it in the ocean?
Algae?
The algae that produces oxygen.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I mean, just tons
so
of stuff.
cool.
It's
so cool.
unreal.
The connections. Yeah.
So what you're saying, we need to go to the desert and we need to bring leaf blowers.
We got.
need more of it.
I think the Earth
there
is going to take care of it. Just natural winds. And
But
stuff.
if we were
Yeah.
helping with leaf blowers,
I've got a leaf blower, by the way.
Thick and go. You start Thick when we'll meet you there in about 3 months. I started to watch the first episode. I had a hard time getting through it, but it's
Of
an
Connected?
interesting show. Of Not Connected. I like Connected.
Oh, down to earth.
Down to Earth. Only for this reason. Zac Efron, man, I become very critical when I'm watching him, and I'm going, what the fuck?
okay.
He's not bad. He's just not great.
it's kind of like us, very mediocre.
Like he doesn't seem as enthused about what's going on or
Like the
even
Connected
as
host.
present as,
The
as
Connected
his
host
partner.
is the most enthusiastic host.
Oh,
I've
he
ever
man,
is.
loved.
big time.
He's the anti-connected host, and the other guy isn't so great either. I think what they're doing is awesome, and I love the concept of the show. Travel show, eating, doing, people do that, but they did it well. He bugged me.
Okay.
I can see that. He seems to come across as like a very bro.
He's very
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
He is
very
very
bro.
bro.
Which
That
is
was
fine. Which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a weird choice for a travel show host.
I like them enough to keep watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I finished that season 3 of that Alone show, and I'm not going to lie, I had tears in my eyes.
Ooh.
They were happy.
The girl that was with you pepper sprayed you.
Oh, that might have happened too, but no, what a damn that fucking show, man. You learn a lot. But none of you, and I got you.
But why not? Alone, you said. Is that that's the
that survival
show?
one? Yeah, where they were all like separated, and I skipped.
Yeah, I want to check that one out eventually.
Season 4, I started watching, and it was interesting. They were up on Vancouver Island, and they had 7 teams of 2, and they were all family, like husband, wife, father, son, whatever the case, brothers, sister, whatever. And one person was placed at a camp, and then their partner was placed 10 miles away, and they had to get to them to continue. But I didn't like the characters as much. I didn't like the people as much, so I skipped to
Okay,
season
yeah.
5, which is in Mongolia. and they bring back some people. It's called Redemption. They bring back people from previous seasons, and that's pretty badass. So I'm back in. I'm back in on
each
season
season,
5.
okay, so I could jump into season 3 if I want to, and that's good.
Apparently the first 2 seasons are like meh, and they kind of like learned kind of how to do it. You know, they found their groove, and then season 3 is that's a fun ride with some very likable characters for sure. And you learn a lot of shit. Like you learn a lot of just about the
surviving.
I learned about how much protein is in a fingernail per se.
A fingernail?
great.
Oh, Astro.
This guy got like a little.
Yeah, that's my favorite dish.
You swallow?
I feel like throwing up a little bit.
No, nobody ate
do
their
some heroin.
fingernail. There's
I would
someone,
swallow a fingernail in a heartbeat.
A dumpster of a human being.
No, God, no. Ugh, that is nasty.
If it meant not dying.
I mean, okay, in that case, yeah.
Nobody used it for survival, but someone like trapped this little bird that was stealing like bait for a different trap for something bigger. This bird was like his arch rival, and sorry about the spoilers, but plenty of things happen. But finally gets the bird, and of course is going to eat it that night. But the amount of nutrients and whatever he's getting from that bird, he was saying like there's more in a fingernail actually, and it's kind of true.
Is it true though?
It seems like eating a whole bird next to eating a fingernail.
It was a very, very tiny.
But did he say that and you believed it, or is it for real true?
I don't remember how it came out. I don't know. Well, they put the facts up on the screen about what would be in a fingernail, like as far as nutrients.
Like the amount of protein.
They always throw little like lines up on the screen and give you little
They just
facts
make 'em
about.
up.
Yeah, they just totally pull them out
This
of their
bird's
ass.
completely made of candy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that'd be funny though.
For those
total
who like,
bullshit.
for those who like to laugh, and I know that I'm probably late to the dance on this one, but a comedian that I recently watched on Netflix, Anthony Jeselnik.
Yep, he's the best. He's the
Oh
best
my
shock
God.
value comedian out there.
Yes, so funny.
Yeah, you guys were talking about that. I do need to watch him.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah.
Just his delivery, his cadence.
His whole shtick is total douchebag.
Yeah.
And he even goes along with that look. Like,
Yeah.
you look at him and you're like, what a, that's your initial reaction. But what's great about it is like he sticks to it and he just owns it. And then he will grow on you in like, no matter what, it won't take long. Like even that audience is just like, holy shit at first, but then they're all on his side. Like he's pretty masterful at, playing shock value like a
Yeah,
champ.
he's a good comedian. Good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, looking forward to checking him out.
Yeah.
Well, fingernails are keratin, so just saying. I guess there's some nutrients to it.
There's not a ton of support for eating fingernails on the internet.
I know, I've been
Nobody's
looking.
saying to
Chitin
eat
and
them.
arc.
Nobody. It was a comparison.
I'm looking for protein. Fingernails,
there
protein,
no protein?
source.
Maybe it was something else.
It's keratin. I don't know.
Keratin. Okay, whatever. I don't
Maybe keratin's a protein source. I'm not sure.
I feel like I could eat worms all day.
know. Yeah.
I would have a problem. I'd rather eat your fingernail than a worm.
But what if you chopped it up and stir fried
I was
it
about
with
to say,
some garlic
you
and
could-
some
you
onion?
you could flavor a worm and cook it just enough to where I could see it working.
You know what? I actually did bite into a worm once. Actually,
you
I
do
did
that?
I did a tequila worm too when I was a
Oh, a
kid.
tequila
Makes
worm.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've done the regular earthworm too as a child because I remember biting. I probably ate a lot of weird shit, but I didn't swallow it. But I remember there being a lot of dirt inside there. Like you bit into it and it was gritty.
One more fun moment on Alone. This one dude catches a fish, and this is I don't know how many days in Alone. He's probably been 60 days or so. Gets a fish and opens it up, and there's what he thought was eggs. Slurps up the eggs, right? And then after the season finds out that was just all sperm.
There's probably protein in that.
Oh
mean,
no,
you know,
I'm sure he got
if-
some
if-
stuff
if-
for sure. Yeah, he
If
got-
you're surviving, I'm not above eating fish sperm.
A little sperm and bacon.
Yeah, exactly. A little fish spunk in the morning. Yeah. Fish spunk and eggs.
keep the doctor away, as they say.
Ah, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's nasty.
Well, speaking of outdoor stuff and survival stuff, whatever. Like I know that none of you want to go hunting with me because you'd probably because I shoot
Hunting?
you on accident. Yeah, but I'm interested in more nature things and hunting.
Hunting.
Yeah.
A bow?
No.
Okay. I think that's the only way I would enjoy hunting ever anymore, like is
Yeah.
if it was bow and arrow.
With a bow. What do you want, Simon? A hammer?
Yeah, I was thinking a hammer or a
Nail
cheese
gun?
grater.
Cheese grater. Cheese grater.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
okay,
up in
now
a
I'm
tree
in.
stand with a cheese grater just lurking.
I've recently got a few weapons, and I would like to hunt with a 22 small game rabbit. I would eat rabbit all day long.
Yeah, okay.
And duck, you can't shut up about duck.
Duck is terrible.
I could. Oh, duck is not terrible. Duck is
I
great.
like duck.
And
I don't
I
care
would
for
go
it.
bird hunting also in a heartbeat. So those are two things right there. I don't want deer are so beautiful. I want you to kill
Yeah.
the deer and give me the meat.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
with
if I'd
you.
have a hard time there, but I would do it. I would just because you got to kill it. You got to kill it in the first shot.
Clean kill.
It's got to be clean. So I feel better about making the little rabbit suffer. I don't know why.
So Simon, you said you got a couple weapons recently. What'd you get?
I got a
Cheese grater. He told you.
I got a cheese grater. I got a
Banana slicer.
my 22 is a Ruger 1022,
Okay.
and my
a Bruger.
Bruger. I just have a single shot 12 gauge just because it was cheap and it was good, and then I got a pump action 12 gauge and
Damn.
a 9mm. It looks like it's a little rifle. It's like about 36 inches long, but it shoots 9mm, so it's like a Glock just extended.
What's going on, buddy?
Is this all a part of your doomsday thing, or what's going on?
Doomsday.
You okay? You okay? over
Dude,
there, Simon? What's,
Doomsday. I'm getting ready to fucking bug the fuck out.
Like you don't even have a place that you can shoot these weapons.
Yeah, the range. Have you never shot at a range before?
Yeah, they have ranges.
Well,
there.
let me ask you this: how many times do you go on the range?
I just got them. I'm going to be going next week. I
It's
can't
all
wait.
fresh.
I'm
It's all fresh.
all fresh. I'm gonna.
All right.
I have to shoot every one of them. I have to make sure that they shoot well, and I, because I didn't shoot them.
I would like to go out there for sure. I need to zero
Yeah.
in my weapon and all that shit. So
Hey, there's a shortage of ammo, so if you can find some, great.
all I need is
But-
one round. Single round.
This is just single round.
That's it.
Zeroed.
That's all you need. Just give me the one.
I've got about 300 rounds of 5.56, so I could spare you some, Drowdies.
Okay. All right. That'd be fun. Yeah, I get
I have
back
a
out
cheese
there.
grater at my house.
Cheese grater in paradise. Hunting
be-
with the cheese grater's really nice.
I want to buy a katana.
a katana.
Yeah, I'm in samurai mode, so I'm just
Oh, yeah.
want to buy
Yeah.
a katana. That's
Nice.
going to protect my
Butter
household.
your
I don't need a
bread.
gun. Come in here. Let me slice you a few times.
There you go. That's why that was the other story I brought up earlier that I thought it was funny, but that the Ninja Museum in Japan got a bunch of thieves stole. Like I don't know. It's
The
a
ninja
credit.
museum was robbed by ninjas.
Granted, like ninjas are, for assassins, but it's still just it was ironic.
Well, there's
in
a
some
star
way.
shortage in China.
Yeah,
throwing stars?
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Anyone else was? I was fascinated. I was just like obsessed with all things ninja when I was a kid.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Throwing
Right.
stars,
Yep.
grappling hooks.
Yeah.
Nunchucks, grappling hooks. I never had one of those.
I wanted to buy all that shit that have the little their shoes, the boots with the spread your toes, because they were in the back of all the magazines and shit.
Cute little booties.
And I just wanted to have like those smoke, like throw down the smoke and just disappear. You know?
Yeah.
See, this is just making me want to go play Ghost of Tsushima more.
There you go. Give it
'Cause
another go.
you have those in that game.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
shiny-
No, I never. I was into Ninja Turtles, but I feel like that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
that
it's
was
probably
just like, I want a bow and I want a katana.
it's
and
our
I want
age difference.
nunchucks.
It's our age difference
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
like when we were young, the movies like American Ninja, which I was the Sho Kazugi, man. It was all about Sho Kazugi. What movie was he in? He was like a real.
Okay, yeah, missed that completely.
He was a real ninja that was in these movies, apparently. Like so, I was all about seeing that real ninja in a movie.
So you never left a party with a smoke bomb.
Me? No.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Best out.
I would.
ever.
I'd buy smoke bombs down at south of the border around 4th of July.
Yeah, it's hard to leave without someone seeing you with those tiny things.
It would be
Just
fun. All
waiting.
right, guys, I'm out.
Smoke alarm goes off, so it's easy to get out then.
But way back in the day, like I'm really surprised even now because Chinese stars, man. Like I remember being like 10 years old and buying that from like a 50-year-old man at a freaking flea market.
Throwing stars.
Oh,
at,
yeah.
at flea markets. I would always
Yeah.
walk by them. I remember going to flea markets, and yeah, you always saw that display. The guy with the throwing stars and the katanas.
They were
and
like
all
the
that.
fake American versions of throwing
Right.
stars.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
'Cause it
horrible.
was like,
but if you threw them at a tree, they would stick in.
Yeah.
And
Or were they
that's
horrible?
all I
They
wanted
worked
to
fine.
do.
Well, no,
They'll
like
stick in a tree, they'll stick in a face.
a
Yep.
lot of them was one side had like all the markings and stuff like that, and then you'd flip it over and it'd be like completely flat. Like
Yeah.
you could just tell it was like a mass-produced. Like I don't know.
Well, we had better ones in Pennsylvania.
Well, of course, there's a bunch of ninjas up there.
I know. The Amish were full of ninjas.
That just makes me think of that episode of South Park with all the boys that buy throwing stars.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that?
I don't
Yes,
think
they
I
have.
The beginning of the episode's great because when the boys are playing ninjas, the episode shifts into this anime style. So
Yeah.
it looks like an
Nice.
anime
Oh,
cartoon.
yeah.
And then Butters shows up, the villain, and he's big and buff, and they're like, oh, they start fighting, and one of them takes a throwing star and throws it at Butters' face, hits him in the face, gets lodged in his eye in the anime, and then immediately flips back to the boys just on the playground, and there's Butters with a throwing star lodged in his face. He just starts crying, like, oh, fuck, what do we do? What do we do? And the rest of the episode involves, like, how do we avoid getting in trouble for throwing a throwing star into Butters' face? It's a wonderful episode.
I've been
Yeah.
there.
You've been there?
Well, it
Really?
wasn't
What's
throwing.
this story?
It wasn't me
Okay.
because I knew better. But my stepbrother shot another friend of ours in the wrist with a BB gun.
Oh, I got shot in the leg with a BB gun for sure.
We
Yeah?
would shoot at each other with a BB gun. That was
Yeah, like no, this went like inside of his wrist.
ow.
Like it was not the BBs, the pellets.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Pellet
a
gun.
little worse.
So this guy lived on a farm, and we went to visit, and he's like picking. We were shooting at a can, and he picks the can up. He's like, "Oh, let's see, there's a bunch of pellets in there." Then my stepbrother thought he'd be funny and like shoot the can while he was holding it.
Oops.
Mm-mm.
Ooh,
That
It
was
was
funny.
off.
How funny was that?
God.
Yeah.
That would have
a
sucked.
hoot.
What a shitty place to
Pellets
get
are
shot with a
hardcore.
pellet.
And then it comes like, "Hey, do you think
God.
you're okay without telling your parents?" Like, no, this is probably a parent thing. Like, we're
Yeah.
gonna bring them in on this one.
God. That reminds me. There was one. I was hanging out with a friend one time, and I didn't stay friends with this kid long because he was a troublemaker. And while we were there, he's like, "You want to play BB Wars?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" So we got dressed up, and we put goggles on and like some sweaters. Went out and shot each other with BBs, having fun. But then like that evening, this is when I decided to not be friends with this guy anymore. That evening, we were like sitting up on the roof of his house. And he was like, "You want to shoot at cars driving by?" And I was like, "No, that's too far." I was like, "I'm gonna see if I can fucking shoot this car driving by." Cars driving by,
yeah.
and he starts shooting at cars driving by. One of them driving by, he shoots at it, busts the passenger window.
What?
Oh,
Passenger
wow.
window. So yeah,
What
skirt.
kind of BB gun was that?
It was just a BB gun. It was one
mean,
of those pump. He would
What kind of
pump.
window was that?
I don't know. It was cheap,
Just
but
hit
he
it just
busted the
right.
damn window, and then the guy stopped, and he was like, "Oh shit." And then, the guy comes up to the house and is like, I think your kid's shooting fucking BB guns. And asking us questions. I'm like, yeah, he was shooting. I didn't have nothing to do
He
with
did it. You ratted him out right
I
away.
ratted him out
Yeah.
immediately. Like, I don't want to hang out with this fucking kid anymore. This
How
kid
old were
sucks.
you?
Jeez, I must have been 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Young, stupid. Probably, too young to be playing with fucking BB guns
Yes.
out on the roof.
So, question, Simon.
Yeah.
That like on that kind of a note of things, probably the craziest thing I've been a part of in my life was when I'm in my mid-20s. You remember old Freddie lived out in
Yeah, Burgaw.
off the river, house on
Freddie from
stilts.
Burgo.
Oh
Yeah.
I mean, rest his soul. He is no longer with us. And
He is not.
a great dude, as redneck as you could be.
Yeah.
And there were like, what were the peacocks all out there by his brother's house or whatever. Were you out there with us on that 4th of July when there was the shit ton of fireworks and we had the firework war?
No.
Okay, that was crazy. So there was the team that was on the shore, and there was a few of us out on a boat in the middle of the river.
A sea attack.
Hey, pro tip: don't be on the boat. You don't have.
Oh, shit.
We know that from Battlefield.
We were shooting.
Yeah.
We were shooting. There were some really big explosions. Right, it was fucking crazy, but I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, the boat's a very tiny target compared to a beach.
Nobody
yeah, that's
got
a spawn kill
nobody
situation.
got
You can-
hurt,
yeah,
but
you
it
can
could have.
spread out on a beach.
Yeah, it could have gone any way. One of us could have you never know, lost all our hair.
Yeah.
It was.
It's probably not a good idea
No.
to fire fireworks at each other, but I will admit it is fun. Especially Roman candles. Roman candles are so tempting to
like
shoot
they're made
at other
for that.
people.
Mm-hmm.
I know, you want to. It's
Yeah.
like your monkey brain goes, fucking just shoot this Roman candle at people. It'd be fucking fun.
So we're talking not just Roman candles. We're talking some of those big ones, right? Like
Big mortars.
Like
God. Thunk.
And those exploding by you.
I remember seeing things over the water exploding and going, "Oh my god!" So I might have been there
They
because
were
I
right
drank
on the
a
land,
lot
like they
then.
were exploding like 5 feet.
Yes,
from
they were. I mean, I was also. Was this when the trailer was off the ground?
I don't remember that.
Okay, a single wide trailer was involved.
Oh,
I
yeah.
might have
Oh,
spent
yeah.
a lot of time in that trailer.
Oh, me too. I spent a.
Well, he said this was at his brother's place. The one with the peacocks.
No. It was at Freddie's place, right on the river.
Oh, was
His
that
right
brother
on the
lived
water?
Close.
All right.
Right on the river there, which is not a good place to live in a trailer when hurricanes come through here.
No.
Do y'all remember this? These things sucked. Remember when paintball first came out and it was so popular?
Oh my God.
And then they came out with Gotcha, the little cheap toy brand of paintball
I
gun.
remember it. I never had it though.
Boy, that was not. I mean, because you're like, okay, well, paintball guns, that's over $100.
Yeah.
The Gotcha gun was like
20,
$15 or something.
Okay. Yeah, I never
And it
got
came
one.
with these little cheap little paint pellets, and it just kind of shot like a colored booger at you. It's gross. It probably only shot maybe 15, 20 feet.
Oh, so it didn't hurt you. It didn't hurt you.
No, it didn't
Oh,
hurt.
okay, gotcha. I didn't know.
It's like spring loaded.
Yeah. The safest version of paintball you could possibly think of, minus a spitball.
Came with a pair of goggles and a spring loaded paint gun. Horrible.
I don't really remember much from when I was younger. I blocked a lot out.
I remember bits. The good
Yeah,
bits.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad. Like most memories.
I remember all of it.
All of it.
Pretty much all of it.
See, when I say bits, I'm talking about, I don't remember like ever. I couldn't tell you what happened on this date.
Well, of course not.
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking
Some
about. You don't
people
remember
remember
most
it.
of it.
Sure.
So when you say all of it, that encompasses all of it. And no, you don't.
Like I was listening to Steve-O's podcast, which is like, it's whatever. He's got stories, but I couldn't help it because he had Tommy Lee on. I was like, I had to check out this conversation. But he's one of those people that retains the dates. Numbers elude me quite a bit, and dates are definitely one of those. I don't know usually what month it is, to be honest.
Now, Neebs, you say you remember. Obviously, you don't remember everything, like Absor was
Of
saying.
course not.
But do you remember all of your elementary school teachers from first grade to eighth?
Probably.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Okay, because that was something that somebody mentioned that the other day. It was like, this is one of the ways of, like, are you one of those people that can do that? And I'm like, hell no, I can't.
Is it weird? I can do kindergarten and I can do.
No,
First
it's not.
grade?
They made impressions.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. It's kind of what it comes down to is the impression.
I can do
I
most
don't
of
remember
them.
third or fourth at all.
I don't even remember high school teachers. I remember a few.
I remember the good teachers.
Yeah,
the teachers
that's
that
just it.
I remember the good teachers, and I also remember the couple teachers that were just so bitchy. Again, you remember the good and the bad, and the mediocre, the kind of bland in between, whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool. My middle brother, because of a particular sociology teacher in high school, made my brother want to become a teacher. So my brother became a teacher right out of high school. It's so cool when someone can influence you to that degree.
Oh yeah.
Just being that good, especially in the teaching realm.
Yeah.
Such an important job. And yeah, I respect every motherfucking one of them. They don't get paid shit, and I hate that.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's ridiculous.
And times now, like, good God, what a weird time for anyone in that field.
My daughter started the online school this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're trying to do. That's been interesting. It kind of seems like both students and teachers are just trying to figure this out.
Of course.
Just how is this? How does this look? How is this going to go? Because everybody's just in new territory here.
Yeah.
But so far, it's been all right.
Cool.
This week's been very, very light. It's their first week, and they're not trying to do too much right now.
Baby
but they're
step
using,
that.
Yeah, they're using like Google Classroom. Like my daughter can log in, and then like the teacher can say, okay, here's the assignments. It all gets uploaded to Google Classroom. She can download or look at the documents right there, do her work, watch the video she needs to watch. It's it seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are worried about the kids, this being too much stress on them. When I was a kid, this would have been my dream.
Yeah, I was about to say that I feel like it's going to be the opposite because my daughter is already like, I kind of love this.
I would have loved
She
it.
can stay in her pajamas.
Yeah.
And she just logs on the computer. She does her work.
You can sleep a little later
She
because
takes
you don't have
take
to
a lunch
commute.
break. She goes, I've been working for 4 hours on school. I'm ready to take a lunch break. I was like, okay, let's go grab lunch real quick. I can hang out with her. I can go get lunch, go back, and she can go back to school. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is kind of awesome.
Yep.
There's a school that my kids used to go to, and they are making it really freaking weird because you're pretty much, while you're at home, you need to wear your uniform. while you're at
Jesus.
home.
No.
While you're at
What?
home, you have to
No.
also keep their hair cut at the proper, because it's one of those, and this is a fucking public school.
Is this Catholic?
Nope.
Is this school in Germany?
Germany's more open-minded than that.
It's a lottery school that gets North Carolina public school funding. It's a charter school, but they make you do all that, and you go like, "Are you kidding me?"
What's their reasoning for that level?
I have no freaking clue. And you're also able to go into class and do it if you want to, but for the people who are doing it home, they have to do it just like the people who
so
are
there's not
in
envy? Like is it a
I
weird-
guess. I don't know.
What that okay.
Maybe their argument is they got to learn some sort of, professionalism
Discipline
for
or
their future.
structure? Yeah, but I don't know. It seems.
They can learn that later.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
know the difference between I'm at home and I'm going to go out in the public.
And what's
now.
the world going to look like when they're older anyway? A lot of people are going to be working from home. It'll probably be normal.
Wearing spacesuits.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you're going to have those, like you go in the office and put on a fucking suit. If that's your bag, go for it. There's going to be a lot of jobs that are just like, oh, I work from home because I can.
So they really are just kind of going with you're still going to follow the school rules just because you're home. Still the rules.
School administrator, it's like a HOA administration
Yeah.
with the school. It's like whoever it's all who is in charge. You can have people that are really cool that kind of get like, all right, no, this will be fine. Let the kids wear pajamas.
You also can't just make a decision. You have to think of, how's this parent going to react? How's this parent? What other pressures do you have on you? Like, HOA is the same way. Government's the same way. It's not like saying, where do I want to eat dinner today? I got to get 1 million people to agree with me.
It'd be fun to have one of those Instagram filters that just puts a uniform on whatever you're wearing. Like, on your jammies.
See, that's too far. If I were running a school, I'd be like, all right, no Instagram filters. You can show up in your fucking pajamas, but I swear to God, if there's a cat face on one of you little bastards.
No, but it just puts a uniform on you.
Well, you're thinking of Snapchat.
Okay, yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever those filters are.
No, you can't do that.
I don't know how entertaining this is, but I hear New York, there's an exodus out of New York. You've got all these people. You've literally had millions of people working in New York City, and now most of them are not. And all these big businesses and big companies are realizing that they're paying all of this money for rent and all of this space.
It's happening in California as well, San Francisco.
Exactly. And that is going to, that's the shift that isn't going to come back. People have been fighting to work from home because they knew it was a better way to do it 10 years ago. And now that we're forced to do it, they can't ignore the fact that it's probably the most efficient way that they can work.
Large businesses don't want to own real estate if they don't have to. So if they can eliminate the cost of an office building, the insurance on the building, all the utilities and everything, then fantastic. And as long as they're
Let's
efficient,
pass that on to our workers.
Yeah, as long as they're efficient at home, their workers are efficient at home, that works out for them. Unfortunately, the money that they save will probably not go to the workers. It'll probably still go to the executives.
They got to pay the
You're
CEO
right.
more because he made the smart decision to not have an office building. So he deserves that money. Right?
Right.
In this how,
Oh,
isn't that how it
yeah,
works?
yeah.
Yeah, he deserves the money because he made the decision not to have the retail space so the employees could bear the brunt of that cost. He's a smart man and deserves that money.
So it's just related to all this shit. Fun story. I don't know if you guys used to be one of the owners of a bar downtown, and he bought a different bar. But the bars, if you're not a bar restaurant, we've talked about this. If you're not a bar restaurant or a brewery in North Carolina, if you're just a bar, you can't open up.
Right.
So he's a good dude. He's a smart guy. And he's been, upset about that hypocrisy as far as, and I understand that completely. But he just introduced, I saw a sign. It's now his, I'm not going to say the name of the establishment, but it's that place. It's an Irish pub, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
That place, the home of that place's name, Hot Dog. It's
just home of the hot dog.
It's just a hot dog. Like, I don't know if there's a famous, I got to see that picture, but he's smart enough to probably have gone every angle to get whatever license he had to sell a simple hot dog just to open back up.
Yep.
A fucking hot dog. Like, whatever you got to do, I just found that very entertaining. I'm like, attaboy.
Yeah, jeez.
Like, good for you.
Yeah, it's got to suck to own a bar right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're hurting.
The fact that he can potentially go around it with such a stupid rule proves that the rule's pretty stupid.
Absolutely. It's the hypocrisy of the rule. Like that.
And this is something, I don't know if we've talked about this, like in DC right now, this guy, he can now potentially open up because he could sell a hot dog. In Washington, DC, you're not allowed to sell marijuana, but if you sell somebody a T-shirt, you can give them marijuana. as a free gift. Did
It's like
you
a
know that?
$60 T-shirt.
No,
what the
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
you could buy a fucking T-shirt in Washington D.C. and then they will give you. You go to a head shop, they'll give you anything. You just can't buy the weed, but you could buy
Right,
something,
but
and then
there's
they
so
give you the
many
fucking weed.
loopholes and angles.
It is embarrassing. Why are we making these stupid little loopholes that we go? It's crazy.
With the scientific facts that we have in front of our face, if there's any fucking politician that still like demonizes it, come on, man.
Yeah, really.
Like,
at this point,
come on. We know. Like, and then at the same point, like, alcohol, they're fine with. Poison, which basically alcohol is, versus this thing from the planet. Like,
listen. I understand the argument of like, we don't want our society, doing these drugs, and we don't want to make these legal. If we're gonna go that route, we got to make alcohol illegal.
Right.
didn't work.
Yeah,
Which
That's
didn't
it.
work. We tried it and it didn't work. So
Again,
obviously
hypocrisy.
marijuana's not going to work. It's not working. It's like, just make the shit legal. Jesus Christ, this isn't fucking hard.
yeah.
Oh,
Vote with your
well,
brain.
you know what? Well, here's something interesting, and I'll end it off with this, and maybe if you guys are okay with it, I'll give a plug for my business, because it's actually
Yeah, do
about
it. We support your
THC.
business.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm going to plug my business soon. So yeah.
Okay, this is about the legality of THC. Right now, because it's derived from hemp, you can actually get legally THC products out there, but Delta 9 is what is illegal, Delta 9 THC. Right now, people are selling legally Delta 8 THC, which is not psychoactive, and it's made from hemp.
Interesting.
Jeez.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I just completely zoned out and thought about exercise and eating right.
Yep, that's a good way, too.
Yeah, because there's nobody with cancer could ever
Listen,
have the benefits of THC. in their
Exactly.
life.
Man, I just want to get high every now and then.
yeah,
Nope.
and it also can get you high, the THC.
Yeah,
Boom, that's what I'm
well, now
after.
that you say
Jeez.
that, I just started zoning out about titties. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
You know that ayahuasca's good for ego, Thick. Did you know that? Also, any psychedelic.
Oh yeah, this is the plug. mygreenflower.com. It's a website. There's
There
stuff
you
on there.
go.
yeah, support Simon.
Family thing. But anyway, so how are we gonna wrap it up? Because it's
Yeah,
that
you
time.
just did. You just did
Okay,
it.
we wrapped it up.
Yep.
It's over.
We love you
It's over.
guys.
Leave. Get out of here.
You're
Get
all
out of
awesome.
here.
guys.
Have a great week.
See you next time.
Go away. Go take some THC.
Bye.
Gotta get those documents. Gotta get those documents. Look at me flying way up in the sky. Everyone jealous at my back and fly. Gonna get those documents. Yeah.
Hey, Neebs, hop in.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I grenaded myself.